second or third cup of tea today because I'm being sick. I guess at the start of my channel, I guess I have a little bit of a story to tell, and I'm kind of starting it late at this point, but better late than never, and I'd like to continue telling it through the lens of this camera. So my name is Jeremy. I'm a musician. I've been playing music all my life. I started with guitar. I didn't like it so much, so I started playing drums. And drums have been my main instrument. Back in middle school, I started teaching myself guitar again. And then also around that time, I discovered electronic music. I started producing music, first with GarageBand and then with Ableton. I wanted to start this channel to document the process of something that I don't think anyone has set out to document before, and that is someone who wants to be a full-time musician and make their music, not writing for other people, not having songs written for them, writing their music, naturally growing a project and doing it full-time. So I'm going to start that process today, and I decided that I'm going to upload a video every single week and documenting this process. So a little bit about me. I obviously am a musician, and that's my main passion in life. My second thing that I do is photography and cinematography and video editing. And I love YouTube. I've been watching YouTube for probably over 10 years at this point. I work with a lot of YouTubers. You may see me in Steezy Kane videos, Hall Brothers videos, Janice Bateria videos, all kinds of things. I was in a Garrett Jenner video, and it's just been something that I've been so into for so long, and especially hanging out with all these people, why not start creating my own videos? Because I've been making them. I've actually been editing for other YouTubers, and I've known how to do it for so long, but I never felt I had something to say until now. So let me catch you up to speed. Almost 3 years ago, I was producing music, mainly electronic music, and Porter Robinson and Nadia released their song Shelter. And the day it came out, I remember I was hanging out with my friend Justin. We were at a park. Can't remember what we did, but I remember listening to it in his car. I immediately went home that night and I started to remix Shelter. I put out this remix, and quite frankly, it changed my life. It is the reason I'm sitting in the seat I'm in today, in the position in the world I'm in right now. My biggest inspiration, Just a Janet. We've been friends for a while, but he reposted the song. He started playing it out live, and I remember going to Washington, D.C. that year. I lived in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I took a megabus, and I went to Washington, D.C. to go see him, and he told me he was going to play the song in his set. Also, while I was in Washington, D.C., I met a longtime internet friend of mine named GrooveCube, Ricky. The kid is insanely talented at everything he does. He's a music producer, skateboarder, he does YouTube, he makes these hilarious videos, he makes amazing skateboard videos, he just does so much incredible stuff. He's now becoming an amazing painter and artist. And I went with him. He said he'd pick me up and we could go to the show. And I remember it's the first time I heard my song being played in a club, especially by someone who I looked up to for so long. I've been listening to Just a Jet since 2012. Because of that song, I was picked up by a management company, and they were based in Los Angeles. And I had a few friends out here at the time as well. Tulpa being one of them, he was from Pittsburgh, and my friend Lani. And I really wanted to meet these people that were going to work with me as management, and I wanted to meet my friends, and all sorts of things I really wanted to do. A place that I never thought I'd be, honestly. I never thought I'd be in Los Angeles, but in 2017 I went with my friend Nadia, and we went to do all kinds of things. Mostly it was, nothing crazy business or anything, but to hang out and to meet some of these people and be in a place that you see so much, online and on TV, obviously. I remember that was just a few months after I graduated high school. I graduated in 2017, and that's all I was looking forward to. I decided after high school that I was not going to go to college, and I was going to do music. I would work whatever job I could until I could make music full time, but that's all I wanted to do. The management company that the people I was working with at the time, I'm not with anymore. And after that trip, I remember me and Nadia were sitting on a rooftop in Venice Beach. We had just seen Coast Modern and La Metra play Santa Monica Pier, and I really felt like I belonged in Los Angeles. Where I'm from is, a suburb of Pittsburgh. It's not really Pittsburgh. It was boring. There was no sidewalks to go walk anywhere, especially like in the winter. There was nothing to ever do, and I really didn't go anywhere until I had a car and was able to, drive more freely. After that, I worked very hard to make a lot of electronic music stuff on my own, and my productions got better and better. I was making really good, like, full-length finished songs, like once a month, like every month I'd finish a song. I then came back to Los Angeles again when Just a Gent was on tour with Sonova and Drew Lou, and I got to go to a few of those shows, which was just an insane experience. Seeing these huge venues, being backstage at them, and knowing everybody on these tours and hanging out with them, meeting all kinds of people. It was just the most incredible thing. I knew I had to be doing that. I had to be on those stages again, at the Novo, at the Observatory in Santa Ana. I have to be there. That's what I want to do with my life. After that, I decided not to go to college, obviously, so I was just going to work on music, and I was going to travel a lot. I definitely went to DC a lot to go see Ricky, Group Q. I went on all kinds of hiking adventures and stuff with my two best friends, and we took tons of pictures everywhere. I went to Houston to meet my friend Caleb, Black Midi, one of the most incredible writers I've ever met. He was the first internet friend I ever had. We had, done Skype calls for 15 hours at a time. I had known him for as long as I've been making music at all, honestly. I think he heard my very first song on SoundCloud. There was so much more that I did, and I remember I worked as a waiter at my dad's restaurant 5 days a week, and I would make money, save it, and after I had done that traveling and I had known, okay, I think the next step here is moving to Los Angeles. Not because of the whole, I'm going to move to LA and make it big and be a star. It's all of my friends at this point now are in college. My friends that don't go to college intend on moving out of Pittsburgh. I needed to do something so that I just, whatever it was, I wasn't in a small town and making music in my dad's basement, to kind of freely be in a position to do things that I completely want to do and meet new people. And I moved out on August 15th of 2018, and now I'm here. After those few trips, I decided fully that I would live here, and this apartment that I'm in right now is right near downtown Los Angeles. I did it. That was one of the most incredible things I did in the past year. And before I left, I did this big, going away show, and it was the biggest turnout I ever had for my music. And of course it was local in Pittsburgh, so I had a lot of family and friends that would show up. But after all was said and done, me and every single person involved with that show walked out with a decent bit of money in our hands and a huge crowd of people that really wanted to be there. And we recorded the whole thing in VR. I just played almost every song I had in my catalog. It was a live performance. I played all kinds of instruments, drums, guitar, piano, and everything, and it was just absolutely crazy. I knew, like, I can do this. If I can do a show successfully where we're all making money, where there's a huge turnout, and if I could just repeat that everywhere I go, like, I can't be that much further away. The next step in the process was kind of complicated. I've been making a lot of music with my best friend Nadia for quite some time. I had kind of fallen out of love with electronic music. I felt like it all truly sounded the same anymore. And I developed this really deep love for more like indie pop music and more songwriting focused things, but songs that still had amazing production behind them. So I started an indie pop project called Sonova with Nadia. Our first song did crazy well. We put it on Spotify, and somehow, you know, over 100,000 people like heard the song, and it was just the most amazing feeling. Like, okay, we can do this. We kept working, and the problem with the whole project was that here I am in Los Angeles, and there Nadia is in Nashville, Tennessee, at college, which we thought for a while would work out, but after 5 months of it, it became really stressful to write songs not being in person anymore. And I'm not super sad about the project ending, and to be completely honest with you, this all happened this morning. So now I'm starting this YouTube channel for a few reasons. I'm back at the beginning of a project. I don't have a name for it. I have a few ideas of what I'd like it to sound like, what I'd like the name to kind of sound like, but I'm here. I'm sitting right here in front of a computer, and I'm totally free to do whatever I want with this software and how I upload it and put it on the internet. And while no one's probably going to watch this first video, the goal here is for me to be sitting here today, looking back at it, and for me to see a progress from this moment of my main project ending this morning to doing music full time. So we'll see how this goes, I guess. I'm really excited to get started. I have a lot of ideas in mind, and I can't wait to share them with you. So thanks.